G'day cocktail lovers, I hope you've been keeping well. I am still in the early stages of a pretty extreme lockdown here in Melbourne. 8 p.m. curfew, can't go more than 5 kilometres from my house, only meant to go out for absolute essentials in terms of food, etc. And while I think keeping the old cocktail supplies is essential, I've been doing a bit more online ordering than usual. Trying to keep it to local distilleries to help local business, because that's way it's not alcoholism, it's supporting small business. But it's not all local. For instance, if I want tequila, I have to order from something that's not local, because legally something's not tequila unless it's made in a particular part of Mexico. I know there are some Australian distillers making an agave spirit, which, you know, is an approximation of tequila. I haven't tasted it. The reason I bring up tequila is because I bought some tequila. It arrived at my house at like 8:30 a.m, a very early delivery. And I personally think I deserve kudos for not taking that as a sign that I should just be drinking tequila all day. I did not drink it. It's been waiting. So yeah, I was wondering, where will I get an inspiration for a cocktail? It came in the form of a very early morning delivery of tequila. So I am going to make a tequila cocktail. The other half of the inspiration, I was looking for sources of inspiration as I make this, it's Erwin Schrödinger's birthday. The great thinker, the proponent of the Schrödinger's cat paradox that you've probably heard of. I'm not going into great details, but it was him explaining elements of quantum mechanics, which he'd spent a long time studying, and apparently it actually pissed him off. But he's saying, like, there's this whole thing where there's an absolute contradiction, like a cat in a box. If you're worried about cats being dead, there's a cat with food and it's either eating the food or not. But I think the traditional one was a cat with poison, and the poison's either spilled and killed the cat or not. But when the cat is in a box and you can't see what state the cat is in, and with this aspect of quantum mechanics, because if the cat is in there with a bowl of food, the cat has both eaten the food and not eaten the food at the same time, until you open the box and then you see the cat and the food are in one state or the other. Pretty weird stuff, but you know, it's had a fair influence. Even people who don't really understand it will make references to Schrödinger's cat. And so, not so much making Schrödinger's cocktail, but as with Schrödinger's cat, that it's both dead and alive, or both fed and not fed, I'm going to make a cocktail I've never made before. So it's both a good and a bad cocktail until I taste it. If I don't taste it, it will forever be both a good and a bad cocktail. It's the act of tasting it that will change its state into being one or the other. Deep thoughts, deep tequila thoughts. And no, I have not been drinking tequila prior to doing that. That's probably enough preamble. Let's get into it. This is a variation on a Paloma, one of the better known tequila cocktails. A Paloma is usually tequila, lime juice, and grapefruit soda. I'm going to make a slightly different version with some fresh grapefruit juice that I happen to have been juicing. So this is a Paloma variant, my Schrödinger cocktail. Starting off, of course, with the tequila. Only get that sound once from these bottles. And I'm going to go 2 ounces of tequila in this drink. I'm also going to add half an ounce, 15 mils of lime juice that I squeezed earlier. That's pretty standard for a Paloma as well. Now we're getting into the first of the variations. I'm going to put 1 ounce of freshly squeezed grapefruit juice in here. Another variation, put a bit of sweetness and varying the flavors a little. I'm going to put in 3/4 of an ounce of elderflower liqueur. Now I'm going to give all of that a nice shake until it's good and cold. I'm not going to bother to fine strain this because I fine strained the juices earlier, and I don't mind if a few ice shards get in. So I'm just going to use a Hawthorne strainer to put it into a coupe that I have been chilling in the freezer. And I'm going to top it up with just a little bit of soda But I made myself. This is another isolation purchase online of mine. I got a soda maker, and this is a lemon lime soda I made earlier, so about an ounce of that in there. And here's my Paloma variant. As I said, it's the Schrödinger's cocktail right now. At the moment, it's both a good drink and a bad drink. Only by tasting it will I change it to be one or the other. Ooh, I declare it a good one. It's just a little bit of smoke from the tequila coming through. Obviously the fresh juices give it a really bright edge, and interestingly I'm not really tasting the elderflower. Maybe the elderflower is just helping make sure the tequila doesn't totally dominate it, but it's basically your tequila, your fresh juice. I might be in the middle of winter, but yeah, this really feels like summer, this drink. The Paloma is a very popular summer drink. As I said, strictly speaking, not a Paloma, it's a variant, but it's no longer Schrödinger's cocktail because I've changed its state by tasting it, and it tastes pretty damn good. So I'm going to knock off the rest of this. Thank you for joining me for this video. Hope you enjoyed it. If you're not already subscribed, it would be great if you did subscribe. Hit the little notification bell. Maybe tell your friends they're missing out. They should come along for the ride as well. And yeah, let me know if you think I was really brave for not drinking my tequila at 8:30 this morning. A friend did suggest I could have made a tequila sunrise, and that would have been apt. And I wish I'd thought of it, but I didn't. So I've got my Paloma variant, and I'm happy with this. I hope to see you again soon. For now, I'll just say cheers.